This message is not random. It is a divine invitation. If you're hearing these words, it's because the universe is speaking to you directly. The chosen one is called for a purpose greater than their current understanding. Every moment you've lived, every challenge you've faced, and every lesson learned has led you to this point, where your divine purpose is calling you to step forward into something monumental. Your existence is not by accident, and this calling is not a fleeting thought. It is embedded deep within your soul, written into your DNA long before you were born. The purpose you've been searching for, the one that resonates with the deepest part of your being, has always been there. You were born with this mission, with a divine purpose that is now ready to unfold. You may have felt restless, lost, or unsure at times, but that inner stirring you felt is your soul's way of beckoning you towards something bigger. The shift that is taking place is not a distant event. It is happening now, and you are a part of it. For those who have felt the call and felt the stirring in their hearts, now is the moment to align with your divine purpose. The time for hesitation and waiting is over. You may not feel fully prepared, and you may still carry doubts or fears about whether you're ready, but the urgency of the moment cannot be ignored. There is no turning back. The work of the chosen ones is crucial to the spiritual awakening of the world, and you are being prepared to play your part. The longer you wait to answer the call, the more you risk missing the opportunity to step into your true purpose. The world needs your light, your wisdom, your truth. The moment for action is now, and it is in stepping into your divine calling that you will find the clarity, strength, and purpose that have eluded you in the past. There is a reason why you've felt the restlessness, the discomfort. It is because the time for you to awaken and align with your higher calling has arrived. Your soul is urging you to move forward with courage, with trust, and with the faith that God is guiding you every step of the way. Even in the face of uncertainty, fear, and doubt, the chosen ones must trust that God is with them. There may be times when you feel unprepared or inadequate for the journey ahead. You may feel the weight of the task that lies before you and wonder if you are truly capable of fulfilling the divine calling that has been placed upon your life. In these moments, it's easy to succumb to fear, to doubt the power within you, or to question whether you are truly equipped for the challenge. But remember, God has not called you to this moment to fail. He has called you to this moment because He knows you are ready. Psalm 46:1 reminds us that God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. When the chosen ones face opposition, fear, and moments of doubt, they are not alone. God is with them, providing strength, guidance, and protection. This divine presence is not distant or abstract. It is immediate and personal. Even when the path ahead seems unclear or fraught with challenges, the chosen ones can take comfort in the truth that God is always by their side, offering the help they need to move forward. The divine presence is a constant source of strength, even in the most difficult of times. The chosen ones must not let their doubts or fears dictate their actions. The struggles and trials that come with answering the divine call are not signs of failure. They are opportunities for growth and refinement. Just as the fire refines gold, the challenges you face will refine you and strengthen you for the work ahead. Each trial you face is a stepping stone that prepares you for the next phase of your divine purpose. In these moments, remember that your faith is the key to unlocking God's help. Trust in His presence, lean on His strength, and move forward with the assurance that He is guiding your steps. The chosen ones do not walk alone. They walk with the power of God Himself at their side. And with this knowledge, you can face any obstacle with courage and conviction. This is the moment of awakening for the chosen ones. You have felt the inner stirrings, the restlessness that comes with divine calling, and now it is time to act. The world is shifting, and you are being called to align with your higher purpose. The path ahead may not always be clear, and the challenges you face may seem insurmountable at times. But take heart. The God who has called you to this moment is with you every step of the way. Trust in His presence, embrace the urgency of the moment, and step into your divine calling with faith and courage. The time for alignment is now, and the world needs the truth and light that only you can provide. The time has come for the chosen ones to face the final test of their faith, a test that will challenge not just their belief in God, but their unwavering trust and obedience in the face of immense pressure. This test is not about blind faith or doctrinal belief. It is about how deeply they trust in God's plan, regardless of the circumstances. It's a test that will require action. Action in spite of fear, discomfort, and uncertainty. Unlike the earlier trials, which may have been more about personal growth or internal struggles, this final test is about fully surrendering to God's will. It's a crucible in which the chosen ones will face the pressure of the world, the weight of their divine calling, and the internal battles that threaten to derail them. The test may seem unbearable at times, but it will never break them. Instead, it will reveal their true identity, what has always been inside them, waiting to emerge. It is in this moment of pressure that their true strength, divine purpose, and spiritual resilience will be revealed. Obedience in the face of pressure is not about compliance. It is about trusting God's perfect timing, even when everything around them seems uncertain or overwhelming. This is a moment when the chosen ones must rise to the occasion, choosing action over hesitation, courage over fear, and love over anger. The final test is about unwavering commitment to the divine calling, even when the world doesn't understand, and even when doubt creeps in. It is a test that will push them to their limits, but in the end, they will emerge stronger and more aligned with their true purpose than ever before. This moment is not just a test of personal faith, it is a call to leadership. The chosen ones are being called to rise up as leaders in a time of crisis. As the world enters a period of spiritual upheaval, confusion, and distress, the chosen ones are being positioned to guide those who are lost, broken, or searching for answers. This is not the time to shrink back or hide from the world's chaos. This is the moment to step forward, to be a beacon of light in the darkness, and to lead others with love, compassion, and purpose. Leadership is not about power or dominance. It is about serving others through strength and integrity. The chosen ones are called to lead with the wisdom and guidance they have received through their trials. They must stand firm under the immense pressure they face, knowing that their strength comes not from themselves, but from their unwavering connection to the divine. As the storm of uncertainty rages, they will be called to help others find their way back to God, to offer comfort, and to provide clarity in the midst of confusion. The chosen ones will be tasked with the monumental responsibility of guiding others through a spiritual storm. Many will be lost, desperate for guidance, and the chosen ones must be the ones to show them the way. This leadership is not about fame or recognition. It is about fulfilling the divine purpose to serve others, to be the hands and feet of God's love, and to help heal the brokenness of the world. As leaders, the chosen ones will be faced with difficult decisions and emotional burdens. They must remain grounded in their faith and trust in God's provision, knowing that they are never alone in their mission. The leadership they offer will not be perfect, but it will be genuine, driven by a deep love for humanity and a steadfast commitment to their divine calling. In times of trial, when the pressure becomes unbearable, it is crucial for the chosen ones to remember that they are not standing in their own strength. As Isaiah 41:10 promises, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." This scripture serves as a powerful reminder that while the chosen ones will face difficult times, God is with them every step of the way. His provision, strength, and protection will be there when they feel they have nothing left to give. This verse emphasizes the importance of leaning on God during times of trial. The chosen ones are not meant to face their challenges alone. While they are called to lead and take action, they are also called to rely on God's strength and guidance. It is in these moments of vulnerability and struggle that they will find the most profound connection to the divine. Their obedience in these times will not go unnoticed. God's promise to strengthen and help them is not just a distant hope. It is a present reality that they can trust in during their most challenging moments. As the chosen ones rise to meet the challenges of this final test, they must remember that God has already equipped them with everything they need. They do not need to fear failure or loss because they are upheld by God's righteous right hand. It is through God's grace and guidance that they will be able to fulfill their mission and lead others with courage and compassion. This is the moment to step into the fullness of their purpose, knowing that God is beside them, strengthening them every step of the way. The final test of the chosen ones is not an easy one. It will require deep faith, unwavering trust, and the strength to face immense pressure without faltering. However, this test is not meant to break them. It is meant to refine them, to reveal their true identity, and to prepare them for their divine purpose. The purpose of your life is about to come into clearer focus, and with it, the responsibility to act upon it. This isn't just about a personal journey. It's about answering a higher call, a call to serve a greater good, to be a part of something far beyond yourself. The divine purpose you are walking toward is the one you were always meant to fulfill, and it's time to embrace it fully, without hesitation or fear. This is your moment to rise and walk into the destiny that has been waiting for you. The winds of change are blowing, and something extraordinary is about to unfold in your life. The shift you've been waiting for is on the horizon, and it is bigger than you can imagine. It's not just a small change, it's a cosmic, spiritual shift that will alter the course of your life. What has felt like a slow, steady buildup is now reaching its peak, and this is the moment when everything changes. The time to rise is now, and the chosen ones are being called to lead with love, compassion, and unwavering faith. As they step into this new season of leadership, they must remember that they are not walking alone. God's promise to strengthen and help them during times of trial is a constant source of comfort and power. The final test is the key to their spiritual growth. And with God's strength, they will rise to fulfill their purpose and guide others through the storm. Now is the time to step forward with courage, knowing that the divine plan is unfolding and that they are part of something much greater than themselves. The chosen ones have been set apart, not for their own glory, but for a higher purpose in God's divine plan. As the world moves through its time of spiritual crisis, the chosen ones have been prepared to guide others, especially those who once rejected or mocked them. Many of the individuals who will now need help, guidance, and spiritual awakening are the very same ones who misunderstood, belittled, or dismissed the chosen ones during their difficult seasons of isolation or struggle. The chosen ones have walked through rejection, but now that rejection becomes part of the divine plan. because those who once mocked them will be the very people they are called to help. This is a time of collective spiritual awakening, and the chosen ones are the vessels through which God's truth will flow to those who are still lost in darkness. Their journey has prepared them for this exact moment, to lead, to serve, and to heal. Just as Jesus came to heal the broken and to bring truth to those who were blind, the chosen ones are now called to be the light for others. They are walking examples of what it means to rise above the pain and confusion of this world and to align with divine truth. They will guide the lost, not with judgment, but with compassion and the deep understanding that comes from their own experiences. The awakening of the lost will not be an easy process. Many will resist, reject, or struggle to understand the truth when it is presented to them. But the chosen ones are uniquely equipped to handle this because they too have faced rejection and doubt. They know the road to truth is not always easy, but they are called to walk it with grace and to lead others by their example. Their mission is not just to teach, but to live the truth in a way that is undeniable. The chosen ones must guard against the distractions and fears that will inevitably arise as they step into their role. As they begin to take on their mission, there will be moments of doubt and uncertainty, and they will be tempted to shrink back or hesitate. This is where the battle between faith and fear becomes crucial. Fear will try to infiltrate their hearts and minds, convincing them that they are unworthy, unprepared, or inadequate for the task ahead. But this is not the time for hesitation. The chosen ones are called to stand firm in their faith and trust in God's plan, no matter the obstacles that arise. The world will try to distract them, to pull them away from their divine purpose with the noise of chaos, confusion, and external pressures. But the chosen ones must remember that their purpose is not dictated by the world's standards or expectations. Their divine calling is higher, and it requires unwavering trust in God's provision and timing. This is not a time to second guess, doubt, or fear the unknown. This is the time to step fully into their divine power and purpose, trusting that God has already prepared the way and that He is with them every step of the journey. The chosen ones have been equipped with everything they need to fulfill their role. They have been through the fires of testing, the trials of endurance, and the refining process that has prepared them for this very moment. The challenges they have faced are the very things that will allow them to stand firm in their faith and overcome the distractions that the enemy will throw their way. They must trust that the foundation of their faith is unshakable, and they must walk forward in boldness, knowing that they are walking in alignment with God's will. The actions of the chosen ones will not be about seeking recognition, fame, or personal gain. Their mission is not about elevating themselves, but about fulfilling their role in God's kingdom. They have been chosen to serve, to lead, and to guide others with the wisdom, compassion, and love that they have received from God. The key to their divine success lies in their obedience. Every step they take in obedience to God's will create ripples of transformation, shifting atmospheres and impacting lives. Obedience is not about following orders. It is about aligning with God's purpose and trusting that His plan is always greater than our own understanding. The chosen ones are called to act with purpose and intention, even when the path is unclear or when they feel unequipped for the task ahead. It is through their obedience that God's power will be revealed. The world will not always understand the choices the chosen ones make, but their obedience will bear fruit, impacting those who are spiritually hungry, those who are seeking truth and light in a world full of confusion. The chosen ones may not see immediate results from their obedience. There may be times when they feel unseen or unappreciated. But God's plan is not about instant gratification. It is about sowing seeds that will bear fruit in His perfect timing. The actions of the chosen ones will not always bring external recognition, but they will have a profound impact on the lives of those they are meant to touch. Every act of obedience will ripple through the world, creating a wave of spiritual awakening and transformation. The chosen ones are called to lead in a world that is desperate for truth, light, and healing. They are not called to seek fame or recognition, but to fulfill a divine purpose that has been written into their souls. This is a time for the chosen ones to stand firm in their faith, to rise above fear and distraction, and to step fully into the divine power that God has placed within them. Their obedience to God's will lead them through the trials ahead, and their faith will carry them through the challenges they face. The chosen ones have been prepared for this moment, and it is now their time to rise, to lead, and to fulfill their divine purpose with courage, compassion, and unwavering trust in God's plan. The moment of transformation for the chosen ones has arrived. The waiting, the preparation, and the trials are all leading up to this moment. And now is the time to step into the divine power that has always been within. For so long you may have been waiting for the right time to rise, questioning whether you were truly prepared, or wondering if you were worthy of the calling on your life. But the truth is, the time has always been now. This is the moment where hesitation must end. It is a time for courage, for faith, and for readiness to take the next step into the fullness of your divine purpose. No more waiting, no more second guessing. The divine plan is unfolding, and you are called to be at the center of it. You've been shaped, refined, and prepared for this season. The transformation that you have undergone is not accidental. It is intentional and necessary for you to rise into the person God has always known you to be. Your purpose is ready to be fulfilled, and now, more than ever, you must rise with confidence and clarity. The world needs the light and wisdom you carry, and you must no longer shrink back from your destiny. The time to act, to speak, and to lead is now. This is the moment where you step into the fullness of your divine power. It is not a power rooted in ego, pride, or control, but in divine alignment and truth. It is the power to bring healing, to spread love, and to stand firm in your faith despite the opposition. It is time to embrace your mission and move forward with unwavering determination. As the chosen ones rise, it's essential to remember that you are not called to seek fame, recognition, or personal glory. The world is filled with those who desire power for selfish reasons, who seek to elevate themselves above others. But the role of the chosen ones is different. Your purpose is not about what you can gain for yourself, but about what you can give to the world. You are called to lead by example, to be the living embodiment of love, truth, and purpose. In a world that is often clouded by distractions, confusion, and division, the chosen ones must shine as beacons of hope, living out their divine calling with authenticity and humility. You are the ones who show the world what it means to walk in alignment with divine will. Your actions, words, and choices will speak louder than any title or recognition you may receive. People will not be drawn to you because of your credentials or outward achievements, but because of the purity of your heart, your unwavering commitment to truth, and the strength of your spirit. Leading by example means living your truth in a way that inspires others to do the same. It is not about trying to be perfect or having all the answers. It is about being real, showing up authentically, and letting your life reflect the love and wisdom that comes from God. The chosen ones are called to walk the path of humility, to serve others, and to create a ripple effect that extends far beyond their own lives. You are being prepared for something that will challenge, refine, and elevate you in ways you cannot fully comprehend just yet. This shift requires readiness. You've spent years building your spiritual foundation, and now it's time to put that foundation to the test. You've learned the lessons, faced the trials, and overcome the obstacles. The time of preparation is over. What is coming next requires you to be fully aligned with your true self, your higher calling, and your divine purpose. The shift will require you to step out of your comfort zone and embrace the unknown with open arms. It will demand courage, faith, and trust in the divine process. You may already feel the change happening within you. There is an increasing sense that something is on the verge of happening, something beyond your current understanding. The universe is aligning to push you forward, and now it's time to take the next step. By living your purpose and staying true to your divine calling, you will lead others out of the darkness and into the light. As you step into this new season of your life, it is essential to trust that God's plan is perfect, even if you cannot always see it. The journey of the chosen ones has not been easy, and there will still be challenges ahead. However, you are now equipped with everything you need to fulfill your purpose. God has been with you every step of the way, guiding, protecting, and strengthening you for the work that lies ahead. The shift that is taking place in your life is not just a moment of personal transformation. It is a cosmic shift in alignment with God's divine plan for the world. The chosen ones are called to be part of a greater movement, one that will bring truth, love, and healing to a world in desperate need of it. Even when the road ahead seems unclear or difficult, know that you are not walking alone. God's presence and protection are with you at all times. His strength will sustain you. His wisdom will guide you. And His love will carry you through any obstacles that may arise. There will be moments when doubt creeps in, when fear tries to take hold, and when the path ahead feels uncertain. But it is in these moments that you must trust God's plan more than ever. Trust that He has equipped you with everything you need to rise and fulfill your purpose. Trust that the challenges you face are not setbacks, but opportunities for growth and refinement. The chosen ones are not expected to walk this path with their own strength alone. They are empowered by the divine. The strength you carry is not from your own willpower, but from God's guidance and provision. When you feel weary or overwhelmed, remember that God is your refuge and strength, a very present help in times of trouble. Psalm 46, verse 1. The world is waiting for you to rise, to lead, and to fulfill the calling that was written for you long before you were born. It's time to claim your divine mission and move forward with unwavering faith. You are being invited to embrace this shift with readiness, knowing that it is exactly what you've been preparing for. Your life is about to transform, and the path ahead is brighter than ever, but only if you are ready to walk it. As this spiritual and cosmic shift unfolds, there will be a distinct separation between the aligned and the unaligned. The universe is shifting, and those who are in harmony with their divine purpose will feel this transformation as an empowering force, guiding them toward their greater destiny. They will rise to meet their true calling with open arms, fully prepared to step into the incredible life that has been waiting for them. However, for those who are unaligned, this shift will bring consequences. Those who have resisted their higher purpose, who have ignored their soul's calling, or who have lived in spiritual complacency, will find themselves facing turbulence. It is your soul awakening to something far greater than you've experienced before, and it demands your attention. As you go about your day-to-day life, you may find that old habits no longer satisfy. What once brought you comfort or joy now feels empty, hollow, and unsustainable. The things that used to define your sense of purpose or bring you happiness seem increasingly irrelevant. The noise of the world, the distractions, the superficial pursuits, the endless demands feel heavier than ever. This sense of discomfort, though it may be unsettling, is not a sign of failure. It is a sign of divine alignment. The universe and God Himself are calling you to something higher. This awakening is a profound invitation from your soul to step into your true divine purpose. It is as though the veil has been lifted, and you are now beginning to see the world and yourself in a new, more truthful light. Your soul is beginning to recognize its higher calling, and it is pulling you toward it. The discomfort and restlessness you feel are not burdens, but a powerful indication that you are being realigned with your true path. It's time to let go of the old and embrace what is to come. The awakening you are experiencing is both a spiritual rebirth and a call to action. You are being guided to align with the divine purpose that has always been meant for you, the purpose that you've been moving toward all along. This is not a time to ignore or delay. The world is on the brink of a massive spiritual shift, and now, more than ever, the chosen ones are being called to align with God's will. It's a time of urgency, a moment that will not come again in the same way. The divine plan is unfolding, and the chosen ones must rise, not at some future date, but now. The world is in a state of turmoil, confusion, and spiritual disconnection, and this is where the chosen ones are called to step in, to bring light, truth, and clarity to the darkness.